Stop. Don't touch. Leave the area. Grab an adult. These are the firearm safety rules being taught by the National Rifle Association to children. Firearm safety is extremely important. It's not only important to children, but it's important to the adults because we're the ones who pass it down to them. My name is Jspellman, and I'm going to talk to you today about firearm safety. I'm going to talk about the proper ways of handling a firearm, the proper equipment to wear when firing a weapon, and also safekeeping of a firearm. I have 9 years in the military. I have a law enforcement background. I've handled machine guns all the way down to personal handguns. To make everybody feel safe in the room, there's no ammunition anywhere in this room, and I also have a clear and safe weapon here. Could you please verify that it's clear?
Yes.
Thank you. First thing I'm going to talk about today is personal protective equipment. Here I have a set of over-the-ear earmuffs. These are kind of expensive, but they are very comfortable, and you only have to purchase them once. Second set of hearing protection that I have here is a disposable pair of earplugs. They're kind of small, but they're foam. You just roll them up like this, and you place them into your ear canal. They expand, and they block out all the loud noises of the guns going off. This is pretty convenient because they're disposable and you just get rid of them, and they're very cost efficient. The second piece of personal protective equipment that is highly recommended to wear is ballistics glasses. These are, a good way to tell that these are ballistic is they have a Z87 stamp. Ballistic glasses hold up a lot better than sunglasses because it has been proven that sunglasses tend to crack or shatter when a round ejects from the chamber of an exploding gun. The second thing I'm going to talk to you today about is the 4 firearm safety rules. The 4 firearm safety rules are pretty much universal. A lot of agencies adopted them, anywhere from the U.S. military, the NRA, and the National Association of Gun Rights. The first rule would be to treat every weapon as if it was loaded. You always want to treat a weapon as if it was loaded because you're less likely to be negligent with it. Second rule is never point a weapon at anything you do not intend to shoot. You do not want to point this at anything or anyone because you could make them uncomfortable or uneasy and they don't know what your intentions are. So you just keep your weapon pointed in a safe direction like so, at the ground, anywhere that's not at somebody or at anything. Always be sure of your target and what is beyond it. This is important because you have to be aware of what is behind the target because your rounds could go through it or they could miss it and go into a schoolyard somewhere, but you shouldn't be shooting anywhere around a schoolyard anyway. Be on a range, somewhere safe like that. The last thing I want to talk to you today is about the proper safekeeping of a firearm. You always want to keep your firearms in a safe place, especially if you have a house full of children. Having a firearm locked up in your house also denies unwanted intruders from taking possession of your firearm, and also, like, if your house burns down, it can save your weapons too. Some safes are known to hold up against fire. Most weapons that you purchase, especially if you purchase them brand new, they come with their own personal case. These cases range from long rifle cases to a handgun case like I have here. A significant thing about these cases is that you can put a removable padlock on there, so keep anybody out from that way. And if they do get a hold of the weapon, you can also have a secondary lock on there, which is a cable lock like I have on this weapon right here. It's just a steel cable with a rubber coating that fits through the magazine well of your weapon, comes out and secures tightly at the bottom. And there's a little keyhole here. So I just talked about a few things that you can use to safekeep your firearms in a house. And this is very important, especially if you live in a house full of children. And finally, brings me to my conclusion. In 2010, firearms were the third leading cause of injury-related deaths. They followed poisoning and motor vehicle accidents. This was according to smartgunlaws.org. That's where I found that information. This is why it's always important to everyone that they should be educated on firearm safety. Today I talked to you about the proper personal equipment of wearing when you're firing a handgun, the 4 firearm safety rules when you have a handgun in your hand, but also the safekeeping of a firearm. I'd like to leave you with a quote. This quote is by Eric Pryor. He was an attorney. He still is an attorney. Children who have been taught by a responsible adult how to properly handle and fire a handgun or any type of weapon are far less likely to grow up and commit crimes with firearms. Thank you.